What's going on YouTube? Welcome in to another beautiful build for you. Today we're building for Livewire Live. We're building an absolutely beautiful system. We're starting off with the Trident 3500X 3D. We're gonna be putting it all on the beautiful Asus STRIX X870E board, which is one of my favorite boards in terms of aesthetic and looks when it comes to an X670E motherboard. And then we're on top of that, we're doing, so we have 64 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z Neo RGB coming in 6000 CL30 timings. We got a 2TB NVMe drive coming over from Kingston in the KC3000. We're putting it all into the beautiful 3500X from Corsair, which I think we've built with on the channel here in quite some time, and it's one of my favorite cases right now in terms of price to performance and airflow. Looks absolutely killer. We're cooling that 7900X 3D with the NAUTILUS, the Corsair NAUTILUS RS 360, which is a beautiful cooler. Again, it doesn't use Corsair's IQ software. It uses all the onboard RGB, which Asus has the Armory crate and the Aura sync. It looks absolutely killer. And then for the graphics card today, we have the beautiful RTX 4080 Super coming in from the Asus TUF OC variant. In the power today's system, we got a beautiful Asus TUF gaming power supply in the 1000G 1000 watt ATX 3.0 power supply. 7 Corsair fans, beautiful, what they would call a dual chamber type of case. Looks absolutely killer. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm over here on YouTube. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well if you want to see more of our beautiful PCs end up in your feed over here on YouTube. Want to catch us live on a raw like it is right now as I butcher this intro and my chat spams tons of emotes over here on the side. You can join us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over our Twitch channel at 10 a.m. Eastern. We stream at 10 a.m. Eastern. We stream at twitch.tv/stints, and we hope to see you soon.
2024 is about to end. Which is my favorite case of 2024? That came out this year, or my favorite case in general? This year? Did the XT View come out this year? Those are just my favorite cases right there in that video. I do like, I would say to that list, I'd probably say this 3500X, the XT View, and the Antec C3. Probably a couple others that I really, really enjoy. But look at this beautiful list. Not beautiful list, but beautiful table of parts. There we go. All right, everything off the top here. Motherboard. X670E, I might have said X870, X670E today. The beautiful X670 STRIX board. We're gonna get our Wi-Fi antennas, leave them in the box. And let's get started on this motherboard. Take a look at this beautiful thing, take the cellophane off the side here. No bend pins, get our CPU out. All right, drop our 7000X 3D down in the slots. Down here we go. All on the pins, latched in, there it is. Let's go top down, sorry about that, there we go. Beautiful board today, X670E coming in from Asus and the STRIX. Beautiful board. Beautiful aesthetic. Let's look at the back I/O. Lots of USB, that's why we like this board. As you can see, you have 9 USB 3.2, along with 3 Type-C, a 2.5 gig, and then Wi-Fi 6E. So you got a lot of integration right here on the back of that motherboard. Especially good for creators, single PC creators is really nice for that. Get our NVMe drive down and in. Today we're using a 2TB KC3000. Down and in we go with the 2TB drive from Kingston. All right, all back in, there we go. Take a look at the cooler, see what kind of standoffs we need for AM5. So AMD bracket. You don't need Intel backplate, that'll go to the side. You don't need our Intel standoffs. We'll need our AMD standoffs we will need. I'm glad we checked that. They are utilizing a set screw. They're using the factory backplate, which is nice. All right, there we go. Let's get our standoffs in place. First 2 are in for AMD. Get our top 2 out. Now we're using a low torque little screwdrivers to help get these screws out. We're never using any kind of high torque stuff here. So low torque electric screwdriver. Get our standoffs in place on the top. Then we'll get our RAM in next chat, which we have 64 gigs today. And their RGB DDR5 coming in from Trident Z Neo RGB. Fantastic RAM for today's system. All right, let's get our RAM in next chat. Spin this sideways, you go down and in. First stick, Trident Z Neo, looks really good with the Asus in my opinion. I think it always looks super clean. First stick's down and in. Second stick going down and in. There we go, all in. Looks really good on this board. I like the lines of the Trident. Always looks really, really good with Asus. Everything is done here on the motherboard. Again, we have the X670E motherboard coming in today from Asus and the STRIX. All right, 7000X 3D down the socket. We have our standoffs in place for the 360 RS, Nautilus RS coming from Corsair. And then down our NVMe slot, we have a KC3000 2TB drive. And then for our RAM today, we have 64 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z Neo RGB at 64 gigs, 6000 CL30. Absolutely phenomenal stuff there. We're gonna slide this aside and we're gonna get our case out today. Today we have the 3500X, which is one of the best cases for the price right now, in my opinion. All right, guys, give you a front close up here. It's a beautiful case. Back panel off, easy peasy. Top panel off, we'll need it later for our rad. Easy peasy. Front panel glass, pop off, nice and easy peasy. Here we go, it's all opened up. There it is, chat. This is the 3500X. Like I said, it's a phenomenal little case. The screws came undone. They usually sit back here. They came undone in transit, not surprised. FedEx giving a little extra bump of love. Rest of the case in good shape. Fantastic looking case from Corsair. Kind of dual chamber, kind of got, like a small shot at like the Gala or the Lean Lees. It's really, really nice. I'm going to work on the cables after I'm taking all the cellophane off the fans back here. I gotta just go top down right away. I do want to do something really quick. I just these are daisy chain fans and they come undone so easily. So we're just gonna hit it with a quick little piece of black electric tape to make sure the daisy chain does not come undone on this RGB. So we're down and in with that. That's one thing right about this. This glass just pops. We'll take it out now. That's how easy it is to pop that out. All right, get some screws out we need for the motherboard. We can get them in. There we go, all in. This is gonna be everything in. I'll give you the front close-up now. Looking good. I'll start tackling some of these screws. I'm gonna take my watch off for a minute, check. It keeps going off and see what we got going on, all these these front panel connections. Get these going. Snip these real quick and start putting our front panel connections in, and then we're moving on to our rear fan. 900X3D has been, yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, this is literally just behind it, it's a smidge. But yes, the 900X3D is the best CPU for Tarkov right now, 100%. I've got tons of people who have been on Intel are now gonna be switching to AMD just because of that. A conversation with 2 creators today who want to do the same thing. All right, Type C will be next. If people have been on Intel all their lives, they're now switching to AMD. Just because of the reliability and also the performance. All right, let's get our RGB in next. Here we go with the RGB. There we go, it's all in there. And a PWM fan. Channel fan right there, perfect. There we go, it's all in. Cables in the back looking good so far. I'll show you that before we get the power supply in and the rear fan. Looking good so far on the cables in the back. Let's get our power supply and our rear fan. All right, let's get our rear fan in, another Corsair RS fan. Over we go. There we go. Let's get some case fan screws. All right, RGB's in. Yeah, we're not technically a pre-builder. We are a custom builder. We have pre-configs, which are different than actually pre-builts, where we custom spec them and then we build them on demand. So it's not like a pre-built, like going to get to a Best Buy and buying one or a Costco or something like that. So we're a little different from that. That's good. Let's get our power supply next. Our rear fan's in. Let's get our power supply chat. Power supply today, Asus 1000G. Phenomenal Asus power supply, one of our favorites. Keep them stocked here. 1,000 watts, plenty of power. We're gonna put our factory power cable, extra stuff like that into the motherboard box. All right. All our cables we need today, guys. Love that, no SATA on the RS, I love that. All right, so we need today 24-pin main, UPS 1, UPS 2, 12-volt high power. 4 cables today is all we need. All these other cables go in the motherboard box. Yeah, this thing will be an absolute beast. So the crazy part is, people, how much do you think a build like this costs? People in chat, how much do you think this build costs? 3K? It's close, it's right above that. With shipping and labor, yeah, it's right above that. It's like, I think it was like 33, which is not bad considering the looks and the performance of the system. 64 gigs of RAM, you gotta remember. 2 terabyte NVMe. So you paid 32, you're pretty much close, yeah. This power supply all dialed in. 4 cables today, which is nice. There we go. All right, our 4 cables are in. Let's get this in the basement. Power supply basements. There we go, all right. All in. Let's get our EPS cables in first. Our CPU, up and over we go. There's 1, and 2. The tough gaming 48 Super, like the one we're using today, is the best card for the price in my opinion. H10 Flow is good. This is a really good case too today that we're using. I'll show you here in a few minutes where we're at. You can see how good we make it. Even though it's I would say the downfall of this case is not a lot of grommets. So you can't really hide a lot of the wires, and there's a lot of daisy chaining here. You can see these wires I'm going over right now. I'd say it's the only downfall, but you can hide them. You know, that's the big thing, you can hide them. You just can't make it look as good as having I would say grommets or things like that, you know? They're gonna be quite the same, but you can still do really good cable management in this case. That's one thing I really love about this case. You can do really good cable management there. Lean cases are really good, Corsair are really good. Either NZXT, those are the 3, honestly, and then Fantex are probably the 4 main. I'd say Corsair, NXT, Lean, and Fantex are probably the big 4 in terms of well-known and really well-respected in terms of cases. And then you get other up-and-comers like Montex, really good now. Montex been phenomenal. You'll get Be Quiet, been OG in the space and kind of get overlooked. Antec, deep cool was really good, rip. That's where we're at so far, chat. Cable management is still really good in this case. Super clean. Inside this side, we get the cooler out, that's what's next. Let's get our fan screwed down, chat. This is one of the Corsair's new coolers that has a really low like pump noise. I don't know if they use Asus, or they might have used Coolit Solutions for the structure of it. But we just had a customer pick up the exact same, very similar system today, 9000X 3D, and it was whisper quiet. Like this is a very quiet cooler, which is nice. Oh no! I did boo-boo. After all that, I put them on backwards, chat. We're not gonna talk about it. Let's get these screws in so we get this rad in. It's a brand new cooler. They've got the pre-applied paste and they're kind of gridded array. So that's good to go. It's a nice feature that they have. Slide off the Intel bracket. Slide in our AMD bracket. And then on we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This is a brand new cooler. Like they just came into the market. I'm not worried about that pre-applied, that thermal pad, or the way they have the thermal paste pre-applied. Rock solid. No question about it. Much kind of CPU that runs this cool, there's no need to reapply. Thermal pad versus paste, it's like a pre-applied, technically a pre-applied pad like this. It's usually good if it's a newer cooler. If you're buying like an older cooler, it's been sitting like on a shelf somewhere, probably for like years, wipe it off and reapply new. Or if you're doing like someone like Lee & Lee will come with like the sticker and then you pry it and scrape it off. They're just trying to make sure you have the right amount. And then it's applied evenly across the CPU die, like the die of the CPU, you know. AO pump, CPU fan, AO pump, boom. Okay, good. All right, let me check off our fans really quick right here. So we have to do, these are all daisy chains. We have to hook these in really quick. Give me a second, chat. Tell me this bad boy mounted, chat. I have to run our extension cables I give you here, which is a PWM and an RGB. I'm gonna run these in, get these connected, and then we're gonna zip tie this mess of cables I gave you up here. A little messy. I'm not gonna lie, the only thing about this cooler is a little bit messy on the cables up top. So what we're doing up here, I'm just zip tying these, you know, I told you to give those little like, the little fan, like I say almost like flags, but they're like the warranty information on the fans. If you remove it, it's voided. I wrap them around the wires to kind of hold it like a part of the system. I'll show you, and even in this case, there's little clips up top to clip these wires in, but I try to make it look cleaner because they don't look they aren't very pretty. On top right here, we have little clips to hide these cables, which is a really nice feature they had. Like they almost like knew this is gonna be the cooler that's gonna go in this case. You have little clips on the top right here. You can see the zip tie just came through one. I was able to clip them up, and I can just put this up, and you don't even know there's a mess of cables there. All right, here we go. There we go. So far, so good. All right, get the rest of our screws into our rad, chat. We get the GPU out after. Sound good? Cable management is pretty clean considering how much daisy chain we got going on. I'll let you see the back of that. There she is. People are like, can you fit a big CPU or big GPU in this case? I'm like, yeah. Like how big? I'm like, I'll show you. You guys want a behemoth GPU? Look at that thing. Pretty much a 4080 Super with a 4090 cooler. Good supportive case, good supportive motherboard. It is a big card. We'll see if it has any kind of sag. We make recommendations to the creator. Tell her to put a support bracket in there if necessary. All right, here we go. In we go, chat. Monstrosity. 3, 2, 1. It's in. Actually, holy cow, what a supportive motherboard. Look at that. When I say that card probably weighs like 6 pounds easily, that's impressive. It's very little, it's like right here, like maybe like a smidge. Get this GPU power cable up and in on this bad boy. Our 12-volt high power. There we go, all in. All cleaned up, let's go. Let me get the back panel on. Let's light it up. What do you think today, chat? You like this one?
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come on over, hang out, chat it up with us, and watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.